to the bold analysis. It is high time for those who believe that William Ruto is the person that should take over ODM. Those leaders should understand that the president has a party called UDA. They should just leave the ODM and instead of praising Ruto in ODM, join the UDA. It is high time. Because I listened to Gladys Wanga's statement yesterday during the event in Kasipul. And the response from Ruth Odinga and Edwin Sifuna today in Mombasa has made it very clear that there is a voice that cannot go silent. And those who are taking advantage of the death of Raila Odinga are actually dancing on that grave. They should not even be making those trips to Bondo. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly watch this podcast to the end. And this week, I realized that almost 64% of those who click our videos have subscribed. 64% this week. This means that our content has indeed been addictive, as some of you say. So please make sure you subscribe. If you've not subscribed, this is where you subscribe and you click that notification bell. So when I will publish any video, you'll receive. And so take the challenge. And the leading subscribers this week, today is Monday. So since Monday to this week has been from the US. Yes, so Team US, asanteni sana, congratulations. Let me also remind you, just an update about our project that we were doing in Migori, that we were building a house for Bildad. For those who didn't know, Bildad got involved in an accident and then came back home crippled after he broke his spinal cord. The wife left, remarried, and he was now left to take care of the children. So he was just doing manual jobs there, and this is where that video was taken. So he also did have a house, and he was in a very bad house. So we took it through our foundation to build a house for him and for the children. It is going on. Today was Saturday, so the SDA, so they don't work. But we'll give you an update about it. Remember, you can still partake and support this because what then remains is we wanted to pay school fees for 2 children. Kuna wengine mmoja ako secondary school, mmoja ako junior, and then open up some business for him. Immediately the houses are complete. So that will happen later on. And that is so far we have reached, and you can still reach out to partake of this. There is a choreographed plan, and to be specific, a clique of UDA leaders are hijacking the ODM side by elections to fashion the candidates, to profile those candidates as broad-based candidates. The Wanga camp pitched tent in Sikri, Kasipul, for some empowerment forum, and Wanga will then come to say that the candidates, while they were ODM, are broad-based candidates.
Thirdly, he was unequivocal that he left us inside the broad-based government. And therefore, as a party, we will be inside the broad-based government. And we will support the government of Dr. William Samoei Ruto together with yourself, Professor Kithure Kindiki. Uye kosoku ye. Uye kosoku ye. Chude kosok chude. We have by-elections. And we have agreed as a broad-based team that where we have a UDA candidate, that is the broad-based candidate. In Malava, in Mbere, in Banisa, those are the broad-based candidates, and Baringo. Where we have ODM candidates in Ugunja, in Kasipul, in Magarini. Those also are the broad-based candidates under ODM. So we will stick to that direction and we will continue to work together. Na wale ambao wanafikiria.
This statement was so unfortunate and it really brought reactions across board, the ODM, and there was a question. Are those ODM candidates or broad-based candidates? You know? So the likes of Wanga, they should be very careful. Very careful. With, of course, I think she's behaving in a manner like, I don't know, you know, it is very clear. I have seen the president campaign for UDA candidate Chemitei in Baringo, Senator. I've seen the UDA candidate in Malava, Farouk Kibet, and the president campaigned for him. I did not hear anywhere the president said the UDA candidate in Malava is a broad-based candidate. There's nothing like that. And when you see the ODM is trapped into this, and I want to see if you see, I want to show you how the ODM is being manipulated. Arun Cheryont, Kimani Ichung'wah, and a clique of UDA leaders were donning the ODM cape in Kasipul in a might of showing the people that, you know, this is one and the same thing. These leaders were not even, I've not even seen them putting on UDA merchandise in their respective constituencies. When last did you see Kimani Ichung'wah putting on a UDA cape when campaigning even in Mbeere or somewhere with the UDA? And at this point, the Wanga team need to ask themselves a question. Do you think we are strengthening the party by this two-term thing? And I fully agree with those who are saying she does not subscribe to the ideology of let's not chant two-term. Let's wait until 2027 as we look into what was signed. If you look at this photo was taken in their last NEC meeting, your party, where Sifuna read some resolution. And the resolution was very clear that the broad-based thing was based on the 10-point agenda. She was looking detached. If you look at her in this photo, she was looking detached. And this is to show you that while she was there, but that was not her thing. I don't know why for them, they want the two-term. They want broad-based. So today, Edwin Sifuna, Secretary General, the campaign for Boyd was attended by PS Omolo and the whole government machinery. And I saw a video from that place where Aroko, some goons were beating up supporters of Aroko, Philip Aroko. And, you know, that doesn't really look good, eh? It didn't look good, especially in this video. Someone carrying pangas and now wants to hack other people's borders. The videos inasaidia watu. Doesn't look good. Now today in Mombasa, Ruto, Odinga and Edwin Sifuna are telling off Wanga and her team. There is nothing like broad-based candidates.
Mukisema SG wenu wasimame kura 2027. Hiyo uchaguzi tunashinda tena mapema. So nasikia kuna watu wanazunguka wakisema ati ni baba pekee alikuwa anaweza kuangusha wao kura. Kuna mjumbe hapa ametuambia mtoto wa Simba ni nini? Simba. Watashangaa sana. Jambo la pili, uhusiano tulioweka na serikali ya UDA. Mkataba huo baba mwenyewe aliwaambia mwenye kuandika ni nani? Mwenye kuandika ni nani? Sifuna, mimi huyu. Sasa wale ambao mlifanya fasaha katika shule, kuna mwandishi kwa mfano Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe ndio mwenye kuandika Things Fall Apart. Si mnajua? Wewe ukikutana na Chinua Achebe leo, unaweza kupingana na yeye ni nini iko kwa hiyo kitabu? Sasa kama mwenye kuandika huo mkataba na ujua na uelewa najua ulikuwa ni wa nini, najua unasema nini na ni kipi haisemi. Niliandika hapo ndani mimi mwenyewe nikasema, this agreement does not constitute a coalition agreement with UDA. Iko hapo, Ruto alisign, baba alisign. So wengine ambao wanazunguka, na kwa sababu baba alituambia we keep our identity. Mimi rangi yangu ni hii chungwa, symbol yangu ni chungwa, mnanielewa? We must keep that identity. Wengine wanatuambia ati by elections za November 2027 party leader ati kuna candidates wa broad based. Broad based si chama, na kama si chama haina candidates. Unajua nyinyi mmefanya kazi ya kura hapa. Kuna wamama wakiingia kwenye polling station kama hawajui jina ya candidate, wanasema mimi nataka ule wa ODM. Ukweli ama uongo? Kuna wale ambao hawajui hata candidate na chama, wanasema ile symbol ya baba, ile chungwa, mimi nataka ule wa chungwa. So mniambie kala ya broad base ni gani? Na symbol ya broad base ni gani? Mtu akitoka kule mashinani aseme anataka mtu wa broad base, unampeleka wapi? Hakuna candidate wa broad base. Broad base is not a party. It is not a party. It does not exist anywhere. So what we want us to understand, leaders should not bring confusion to voters unless wanataka hawa candidates wetu waanguke kura.
He said ODM. He kept on telling us, myself, even Winnie, the last things he told us was that 8 in the night, he told me personally, is that the party must remain strong. Now, without a strong party, hakuna pali tunaenda. Party haiwezi kusambaratika. Party lazima ikuwe mmoja. Na tusimame na tuseme, simama gangari. Na msiwe waoga. This is the biggest party we have in the whole of Africa. Tunasema ongeringo. Umesikia hiyo? Ongea ngo, ngeringo. Hakuna kukimbia. Tunawachia wanani party. Party zingine ndogo ndogo, zingine za siji tribe moja, siji nini. Hapa unaona mimi siwezi hata kuongea Kijaluo. Kuna siji watu nimeona Waturukana, wale wa coast wote wako hapa, na hii ndio party yetu. So I want us to be strong. Now we are having by elections. Kesho tunaenda Magarini. We are going as Orange ODM. Hakuna party inaitwa broad based. Umesikia? Hata Malava tuko na candidates ya UDA na wapi. Wanaenda kama UDA. Sisi pia tunaenda kama ODM. Kama ODM. Siski ODM. Hivyo ndio sauti nataka. Unajua tuko na nini, tuko na huzuni, lakini party lazima iendelee.
We have ODM candidate in. We have ODM candidate in Kasipul. We have ODM candidate in Magarini. We have ODM candidate in Ugunja. We have UDA candidate in Malava. We have UDA candidate in Mbeere North. We have UDA candidate in Banisa. That is what is there. And I think Sifuna-Ruth, the two voices are the voice of reason so far. And I think they're right on this. They're very right on this. Someone should show us, and you see, this profiling of broad-based it is a narrative being formed. Government knows very well that the candidate in Kasipul can win. Most likely is going to win that seat against Aroko. They know very well the candidate in Ugunja is going to win. Even MDG, there is a UDA candidate, not a UDA, there is a DCP candidate and an MDG candidate for KISS Award. Why is he not campaign? Why didn't he campaign for the other one, the KISS Award? He didn't. They want that if those by-elections are won, then the whole government will hijack that and say, you know, this was a broad-based candidate, so winning this seat means that people have embraced broad-based. Some of us are speaking these voices, and I like the statement from Ruth and Sifuna. I think in this podcast, in this political analysis, probably I was the only one who was saying this. That guys, you can support Kenya Kwanza. But you must understand from how are you getting there. There is this statement that has been used severally, that ODM party will not be part of, will form government and will no longer be in opposition. It has been used several times. And I want to play for you the sound by Odour, because Odour was in Mombasa. Odour said something on, hata mkipewa pesa, but mkumbuke nyinyi watu wa ODM.
Na hii chama ikiwa imara ndio mtaheshimika. Hakuna mtu atawaheshimu ikiwa nyinyi ni wanyonge, ikiwa nyinyi ni wachache, na ikiwa nyinyi mnaruhusu watu kuingilia nyinyi polepole na pesa na nini na uongo na porojo. Nyinyi mwe gangari. Ikiwa mtu ameleta kitu ya kukula, wewe kula tu. Lakini hiyo ni shauri yake. Wewe ni mwana chungwa. Na usimame gangari ndio utaheshimika, na sisi tufanye kazi. Tuliingia kwa serikali tufanye, serikali ilikuwa karibu kuanguka. Lakini tukasema hii serikali ikianguka, ile chaos ambayo itatokea itaumiza wale watoto wetu ni jenzia ambayo walikuwa wana agitate. Ile kuagitate walikuwa wanasema agenda yetu sisi wa ODM. Yale maneno yote walikuwa wanasema ndio sisi tulikuwa tunasema wakati tulikuwa tunabeba sufuria kwa vichwa. Kweli au sio kweli? Lakini serikali kuanguka bila uchaguzi inapatia nafasi.
So during the empowerment program in Homa Bay, someone said that Odour donated 3 million. Where? I can comfortably confirm Odour did not donate that money. When you try hiyo pesa wanajua kama ilitolewa, that is. That I can comfortably say. So, that ODM is not going to be part of opposition. And the people who say it say, you know, opposition is Rigathi Gachagua and the team. And the same people say, when we are, it is only Ruto who can strengthen ODM. And I want to ask, Ruto is the party leader of UDA. Where is UDA? You know, some of these people like Wanga should just be ashamed of some of these things they're doing. We got to ask this question. You are so busy telling the country that ODM can only be strong ikiwa kwa Ruto, ikiwa kwa Kenya Kwanza. Kenya Kwanza has UDA. Is UDA strong? Is UDA strong? The truth on the table is this. No sitting government can be popular. And there is no exemption with the current Kenya Kwanza. It is, the president is unpopular. That is undeniable fact. So someone masquerading as using that path to bring back the ODM glory is simply trying to wink the people. And Sifuna and the team are saying, let's push the 10-point agenda. Let's have that conversation. I don't know why some people cannot see the trap going on. I saw another group speaking today saying that, you know, that celebration in Mombasa should be stopped.
Hiyo mambo ya celebration. Nimesema ni kwenda ukula pilau. Utafanya nini na kudance? Nyinyi watu mnataka nini? Si hata shetani atashangaa.
Hatutaki mchezo hata dakika moja. Mama bado anaomboleza, hata hajarudi Nairobi, wageni wanakuja, hata aliyekuwa rais wa Marekani bado anapanga kukuja. So let us give mama time aomboleze. Kenya is still mourning. Kuna wengine kama si tulizaliwa tukijua Raila hawezi kufa. So bado tuja come to terms that those things have happened.
Let us give him space, give him the family, na family itupatie mwelekeo, sababu aliunganisha watu wote. Hata pale kule kwa nini huko tunataka hata Gachagua aende, bado watu hawajaenda.
Sisi kama wa Afrika, it's not just Western or Nyanza. At least mtu uchukua muda wa siku 30, that is when you come to terms. Kwa hivyo tunawaomba wasitishe hiyo mikakati, hiyo mipango ya sherehe involve all members of the party or all officials countrywide wakuwe involved kupanga sherehe wakati mwingine, but not now.
And it should be postponed because according to him, people should still be mourning Raila, and the country, the ODM should not move forward to celebrate the ODM at 20 or the ODM at 80. You know why the state wants it to be postponed? Because of the current composition of the party. Quite a number of it, they know very well that the Ruto Odinga and the Sifuna, who is the Secretary General, are getting backing of the Odinga family, and they might not accept the two-term song. And that's what I'm repeating. Instead of hiding in ODM, President as a party, just the campaign, join the UDA and chant two-term. It's that simple. That simple. Stop lying that you're ODM, that I'm ODM, I'm preserving Raila legacy. You're not preserving Raila legacy. Raila died, he never mentioned the word two-term until he died. He never mentioned the word two-term. And even the last time, alisema hiyo two-term ni nini. So any other thing are corridors. I'll demonstrate to you that the Wanga and the team, the people eyeing that succession, stopping at nothing. There's something here. Look at these photos. In this photo, Jalango mobilized Luo musicians for a meeting. And then after Jalango mobilized them, only for them to arrive there and find out that the person who wanted to meet them was P.S. Omolo. Let me tell you, quite a number of people in that meeting, musicians, are my friends. Quite a number. And two are telling me that hawakuambiwa wanaenda kutana na Raymond Omolo. Then I asked, what was the content of the meeting? The discussion on that meeting centered on them to embrace Kenya Kwanza. Them to embrace Kenya Kwanza. Because apparently, if they don't embracing Kenya Kwanza is the only way to protect the sons and daughters who are in government. And this was repeated by Atomi Sifa here.
Yes, anegari awok Nairobi. Koro ado wuoyo gi Luo community, not because ne wadhi waromo gi Dr. Raymond Omolo, but this is the facts. Sani nyaka wawacha tutam. Ka wadagi wacho tutam jo kaka jo Luo, to nyiso ni watuono Raymond Omolo tich, watuono Mbadi tich, watuono Pio Wandai tich, watuono ng'ata manie sirikand ni tich. Ka ok wanya wacho tutams. Nikech kata ka maruno uloso poko chiek. Neno. Aya piny poko kao kore. Koro wacho ni at joluo dang wadogiro okuche kendo. Okuche oluoko Raila maromo nade. Ma kaka reason. Neno. Ma kaka reason. Sani wawach ni nokidwa tutam. Ng'a midwa nikech paro no poko chiek. Neno. Kenyija nyiso unu endos Babu Owino ema nyalo bedo flag bearer mondo dhi obednwa kaka president. Kech Babu ong'ete. Badiriek to kong'e ok en influencer e okuchegi. Neno. Koro ma politics na magoyo. My idea sani wabede broad base manyiso ni wane tutam. Nyaka chieng' moro piny ka okore ma ung'e nudhi kanye. But for now waland tutam. Gimomiyo walando tutam joge wanie telo. To ma be sirikal morwako joge wa e telo. Especially Homa Bay County. Homa Bay County ema sirikal ni otiye seriously. Koro mae sirikal mo wan go. For now, ma in mokidware no. Los mari mondo kati nyiswa ni mari ni osetimo ang'o mondo waluwi sani. Sawa. Mano wich man go mawacho. Nikech wawach ni ok wadwar to watiyo kodgi. Chalo ni chieme sante piele be wi konyi. Wano luongwa wuok odwa kaka musicians. One sani walando one.
He's speaking in the Luo, but what I've written, there's the translation. So I ask, kwani P.S. Raymond Omolo was given a job even before broad-based? And if Luo Nation fails to sing broad-based, Wandai and Badi will cease to be cabinet. If that is the issue, then let's go to Mount Kenya. Kuna two camps. There is a camp belonging to Kina Medhu and Rigathi who are saying one term. There is another camp of Kina Ishungwa and Cecil Mbarire who are saying 2 term. Mbona wasifukuze the Gema people who are in cabinet, who are in government? Mbona wao wasifukuzwe? Why is it that it is only huko Luo ndio wote we have to sing 2 term? If we don't sing 2 term, then those who are in government are going to be chased. Come on. Can you manage by coercion? And I want to confront another narrative here that we are not going to be in government. We are not going to be in opposition. Let me tell you. If you join Ruto and Ruto loses that election, aren't you going to be in that opposition? And who says that if you support Kalonzo or Matiang'i, Kalonzo and Matiang'i, you cannot form the next government? Who says so? Why is the guarantee that it's only with the president that you can form the next government? There is something going on. And this is the bitter truth. There is nothing like Kenya Kwanza wants a strong ODM. What is happening? And there is nothing like people are supporting William Ruto because they want to form the next government. Because I believe majority of those who are currently in this government will not be part of that next government. They might be shocked that a post-election coalition might actually bring Ruto and Rigathi together. And they will be at the fence. I wish they can see that. So, and probably they know it. The only thing happening is there are people, there is a cabal that want to eat. They cannot stop eating. They've seen money there and they've tested the money. The moment Ruto brought the broad-based, alifungua, bank. Look at this. This is what they have seen. Look at this video. This is allegedly video of Sudi showing some money in some house. Now, this is the kind of money that the fellows masquerading as broad-based brand ambassadors have seen. They're not being led by principle, any objective of forming government or not forming, and they're only looking for means of survival. I dare say and repeat this. You know what's going to happen? Wanga and her Komabe friends will chant 2 term. Siaya and Kisumu will chant 1 term. And let's see where the majority lies. Those are things that people don't want to be saying, but that is the reality. Wanga and her team there, 1 term, 2 term. They will chant 2 term. We're in a democracy. We're in a democracy. We are not in a jail. Let those who say 1 term say 1 term. Let those who say 2 term, let them say 2 term. Even in the president's Rift Valley region, there's so many people saying 1 term. I'm a professor, anatoka wapi? Professor si anatoka Bomet. Alfred Keter, is he not from Kalenjin land? So everywhere, they're both sides. Even in Luya land, they're both 1 term, 2 term. In Coast, they're both 1 term, 2 term. So someone should not use the cabinet slot as a scarecrow that, guys, if you don't say 2 term now, then Badi will not be in cabinet, and so will not be in cabinet. The cabinet positions were not given based on this BBG. They were actually given because the president was looking for a survival. That's the bitter truth. It was a post-Gen Z deal. This is the trap that the Wanga and the team seem not to see. I feel Ruto has kept them engaged with some imaginary running mate slot, like he did to Mount Kenya politicians. Someone was saying that when Rigathi was being impeached, some 2 governors were given money and were promised that they will be picked. One of them was Waiguru. The other one was Erongo Kangata. The 2 even went, printed, started, practice how they were going to welcome the president. only to be left at the altar. And probably, I think, kuna kitu imeingia kwa kichwa ya Wanga, that she can be picked as the running mate. That I can tell in this podcast. William Ruto's running mate can only be 2 people. 2 people. It's either he buys Kalonzo Musyoka or remains with Kithure Kindiki. No any other shortcut around it. Probably 3 if you allow me. I can add Musalia Mudavadi there. The fragmented vote in Nyanza, even in 2027, even if President tries to bring a gender card, it will not play. It will not work. So if someone is lying to Kina Wanga that you guys chant 2 terms so that you know, if that is it, then come and say it public. Come and tell ODM, I've already given you running mate slot. Say now. And I think Wanga should know, they have been in politics way long, they should understand. If someone is promising you something in the corridor, forget about it. Tell that person, kuja mbele, you're coming to Nyanza. Come and say, so and so will be my running mate. So that if you don't keep that promise, you're still accountable to the people. The broad-based umbrella is a slogan to evade accountability. You know, the 10-point agenda that Sifuna talks about, that is the accountability. And that is the accountability that is demanded of those in power. One thing that they want to do is, President Ruto wants to feed them. They'll grow fat and be very comfortable. By 2027, by the time they will be picking running mate. They will have a gentleman agreement. They will overtrust the president. The way Rigathi overtrusted William Ruto. There will be a lot of trust. And I think for Wanga, it is in her interest that Ruto cannot help her secure re-election. Actually, hata naangalia, huyo hawezi. Huyo hata msaidia. If she's not careful, she might even lose that election in 2027. Ruto wants to inherit the ODM support then. But take it by UDA. Let me tell you what will happen. You will sing broad-based, 2-term, Ruto is our kingpin. Ikifika 2027, anavai na UDA. You'll have no option but go to UDA. And that is why I insist. 2 things must happen. It's this way. Both 1-term and 2-term is part of our democracy. Someone should not use coercion. That, you know, if you don't do this, I'll do this. If you don't do this, I don't do this. If that is it, then even in Luhyaland, so many people are singing 2-term. But they also have 1-term. Khalwale has joined team 1-term in Kakamega. So what is the pressure for? Tunane, we are already waiting for the rally in Magarini tomorrow, how it will work out. And someone should not say that, if I don't with William Ruto, I'm in opposition. If anything, si tumekuwa hiyo opposition, ama? Tunane,